about basically when you have a goal or a purpose in life, there are people who will try to abuse that and manipulate that and use you up, and this is just, I just kind of turned it into an art form of making your stand and saying, you know what, I can't be around you anymore, and you got to go after your dreams.
That's right.
So I kind of have this in memory, so I'm going to try to do it without the paper, but all right. Okay. I say that, and I don't know if it's going to go that way. All right. I don't wake up as easy as others do, because by daybreak, I'm breaking the dust clumped on my shoes. See, I got this paranoia that's infused with my gifts. Everyone likes to tell me how the world's at my fingertips, but then they love to tie strings, fly me like a bumblebee, as if I'm a kite they need for their lightning. We're going to pump you up to do our bidding. We're going to tell you, sorry, we're going to push you to the point to make you feel guilty. We're going to tell you how we're all connected and then give you the ultimatum, where it's work or the friendship. So I got cuts on my hands from the scissors' sharp ends. I got sulfur that emanates from my split ends. I got ghosts that like to follow me around because I did my best to try to keep them 8 feet under the ground. And the dead are just like the living. They all want something. Don't get confused with the pathway. A hallway is still a hallway, and the walls are still bustling. The bricks are still threatening busting, and a war is still a war no matter what side you fight for. And if it's not made clear by the explosion from your steps, it's more than your actions you choose to neglect. You can see them walking like puppets. Everyone's so tied around and bound in this town, you can't even tell who the master is. So I packed scissors and fire in my survival kit, learned to tackle in the mosh pit. You have to have a mind like a dozer, because when you got something to live for, the vampires draw closer, and it becomes nature to look over your shoulder.
Ooh, wow.
I got a couple political pieces, and I hope this doesn't make anybody mad. If I do tonight, talk to me afterwards and make sure you didn't misunderstand it, because I really have good intentions. This is about the death of Osama bin Laden, and it's called This Ain't Over, Not by a Long Shot. So the evil Sandman's been shot down in the deep fields of a Pakistan compound. The world smiled at the corpse, then drew mouths like slingshots back in the fear of a terrorist retort. Our faces lit up by the blazes of the torch. Hate lives on and blood feeds the flames. Like love, it's all give and take, a way to train the snake. Now we got articles like shrapnel of his life and death, as if it's going to pay homage to this ghost of his that lives on through all he's done dealings with. I'd like to tell those reporters, no one gives a shit about who his mother is or which ways he was raised. No one cares about this biography to the grave. But while the world's rejoicing, there are still big issues at stake. Ground Zero's heroes still equal a zero. Our country has the ticking nerve to cross-examine those who got cancer first, just trying to help those pinned to the earth, trapped under those twin towers made of cash. Worked for the fire squad, 25 years and a half. Took 10 years to get medical coverage from our government. Now they pour salt in that wound, clench the big wallets and accuse the brave men and women of 9/11 of terrorism. You can't get your help until we put you through a bit more help. The world raises dotted fists, but those who are in the mist know this step ain't shit compared to what they've had to deal with, as the sweat drips from helmets of more than 1,000 soldiers who don't even know why the hell they were brought over, who lose another brother every day of the year. Shit they don't print in the press over here. They load their guns and pray for whatever comes. The nation thinks silence comes from death, but today I heard the screams all the way from overseas, and I wish I would have paid more attention to math, because I'd like to know how much time it would take for those who followed his ways to wash our shores with another bloodbath. The leader is dead, but the threat still lives. There are still struggles in what they want you to think is stillness. Even though this is a triumph, the rescuers and soldiers who still suffer would be quick to remind us we can never forget